What's up, guys? Moise here. You're listening to the Ringside Hookah podcast on YouTube. Today I'm repping my Down Since Day One USO shirt, and I am back with Fantasy Booking 101. But before I get into that, condolences to Matt Capitelli's family. He won season 3 of Tough Enough with John Morrison, and he passed away due to brain cancer at the age of 38. A lot of wrestling world tweeted about this. He was liked by everyone. No one had a bad thing to say about him. So condolences to his family, and hope everything's well with them after this. So on a brighter note, today I am gonna fantasy book Mike Kanellis. Yes, Mike Kanellis, who took Maria's last name in the WWE. We haven't seen him since he debuted on SmackDown and won a couple of matches against Sami Zayn. And ever since he got traded to Raw, we haven't heard from him. Maria got pregnant, and Mike actually went to rehab and cleaned up because we found out he was facing a drug problem. And they showed a very touching package on the WWE YouTube, which you can go back and find. And I am going to book him two ways. I'm going to book him with one scenario where Maria comes back and one where she doesn't come back. So if Maria comes back, have Mike go on a losing streak and have him be Kurt Hawkins' first win. Have Kurt Hawkins beat him. Kurt Hawkins hasn't won a match forever. Mike goes backstage, starts flipping tables, punching walls, and Maria pops up on the screen. And she's like, you haven't done anything of relevance since you've came to Raw. So we need to fix this. And she goes to Kurt Angle, requests a rematch, which Mike wins against Kurt Hawkins pretty easily. And you have him dominate the whole match. And this leads to Kurt Hawkins going to Kurt Angle and saying, we're 1-1. I want another match with Mike Kanellis. Have Maria get ejected from ringside in this match, but have Mike Kanellis still win. Have this bring back a little bit of cockiness that Mike Kanellis had when he debuted. Because, he was great on the mic. He had a lot of charisma. And I think WWE needs as many superstars with charisma as they can get. So you have Mike get his cockiness back, start talking a little more crap. Have him get a couple of wins over guys like Chad Gable, Jack Ryder, Goldust. And then you have him and Maria interviewing with Renee Young and just kind of talking down to her, where we see Dean Ambrose come back and say, you don't talk to my wife like that. Leading to Mike Kanellis' first match on a pay-per-view against Dean Ambrose, where he wins dirty. He beats Dean Ambrose dirty. You have them go on for a couple more matches, have Dean win one, have Mike overall win the feud though. After this, you have Mike back on TV. He's a relevant heel because Dean Ambrose is a crowd favorite. And that's how you can book him if Maria comes back. Now, if Maria doesn't come back, I'm going a totally different way with it. So let's say Maria doesn't come back. You have a video package play talking about Mike going to rehab, cleaning himself up, and have him in the backstage area watching it with Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle says after the package, I went to rehab, I had my own inner demons, and I cleaned up, and I see a bright future for you, but not as Mike Kanellis, as Mike Bennett. That's his real name. That's what he went as in New Japan and in Impact when he was there. And have Baron Corbin come up and say, the last thing Stephanie wants is a constable like me giving matches to guys like Mike Kanellis who have his own inner demons. And Mike Kanellis is basically irrelevant. Then have Mike lose it. Mike just beats up Baron backstage. Have Kurt Angle laugh after the beating and then call for help because Kurt Angle's already annoyed with the Constable Corbin character running all these charades for Stephanie McMahon. This leads to a match with Baron Corbin and Mike Kanellis. Have it be a hard-fought match on a Raw, and you have Baron Corbin win. You get a little bit of crowd sympathy for Mike because he's coming back as Mike Bennett. We already know about the the cleaning up he did after going to rehab, so you can get a little bit of crowd sympathy that way. And then have Baron attack Mike after the match, but Mike eventually getting the upper hand and running Corbin off. Then you have Mike and Baron again the following week and have Mike win. Baron gets PO'd. He gets very pissed off, gets a steel chair, starts attacking Mike with it, building up even more crowd support for Mike Bennett. Then you have Kurt Angle say, all right, you guys have been going at it long enough. We're going to settle this at TLC in a steel chair match. Mike Kanellis versus Baron Corbin. And you have Mike win a hard-fought match. Baron Corbin is a very unlikable heel. I think this could help Mike a lot, whether he keeps the Kanellis name or comes as Mike Bennett. Have him go on a little winning streak after this. Have him beat guys like The Revival. Have him beat guys like Sami Zayn. Maybe put him in a feud with the Jinder Mahal, KO as a face, and that's how you can bring him back to relevance as a face if you want to do that. I think the rehab story is an awesome story with him, especially because the video package on WWE's YouTube is very touching. If you haven't seen it, go watch Mike Kanellis' rehab package. I believe it's a sit-down interview with Renee Young. It's very touching, and I think the guy can get over as a face as well as a heel. So that's how I would book Mike Kanellis if he was to be booked by me. This has been Fantasy Booking 101 with your boy, Moist Turk Hussein. Keep a lookout for Ringside Hookah. Hit the subscribe button. And my co-host, Matt, will be releasing a video early next week, either Monday or Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that as well.